Hi, everybody. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Okay, this is a session to install your Docker images for MongoDB. Okay, this is my screen. So, first thing we need to create one. I'm working on Debian OS, and we are thinking of building a Debian OS here. And using WSL. So WSL hyphen list. Let's see if anything is there. Yeah, we have a couple of things, but I'll let you know that how we will create another node as node 2. Okay, and so for that we require copy of this. Since we have already created, everything is sorted out, all the packages in the OS is sorted out as per MongoDB on this Debian OS. So these are the commands which I will not fire until we have running something. Okay, suppose you want to take, if you have only one session here of the Debian OS, in that case we were just running. Okay, we have to shut down that. Okay, this is the command. We have to shut down the Debian OS. Okay, and so currently we are not running this, so let's come out of it. And then next step is to take the backup in a tar format. So as per my requirement, I have built from this path. So here you will mention your OS name or host name or whatsoever. So initially we have this one, Debian default. So Debian is the name. So that's why we are exporting, we are making a clone of Debian into this location. Okay, and of tar format, it's not necessary, but for your convenience, you can put it as hyphen format tar. Okay, so since we have already have a backup in this location, so we can cancel this one as well. This is just for your reference only. Okay, so we are here. Let's clear the screen. Hi everyone, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. So today's session is to create a Docker image of MongoDB on a Debian OS platform. So for that, we need 3 nodes on a different Debian OS, and they will be on different images and different container, and we will create a network between the containers so that we can configure MongoDB as a cluster, as a replication node, and failover, and many other things. So let's begin our session. Let me open that. Okay, so you will open up this PowerShell using an administrator and then we are starting. Okay, now first of all we need to check whether any WSL for hypervisor. So we are using WSL, Windows subsystem for Linux distributions. So right now I have 2 Debian OS running. Okay, so since we will start from the scratch, let me shut down these instances. Let's see. This is the first command to shut down WSL, whatever is running. Let's see what is the output. Okay, WSL. Let's see whether anything is there. Okay, so shutdown worked. Okay, and there is no issues here. Now, what we'll do, next thing is we need to export, take an export of the operating system, Debian OS. Okay, since we have already have all the binaries and everything configured under the Debian, our default OS. So we'll try to take a backup of it, or if you want, we want to take a backup of Debian node 1. So here is the command wsl export. This will be the OS name. So in that case, this is the Debian and this is the path. So it will be in the tar format. So we have mentioned the format tar. It is not necessary, but you can mention it. Okay, then we have to hit enter. So you can see it is taking a backup of it. Yeah, so we are getting this. Okay, so integration is there. Yeah, so our operations completed successfully. Okay, this is the issue with our Docker desktop. Okay, so let it be there. So we need to start. We will see going forward what is the issue. Okay, this is the backup we have already taken. Okay, now what is the next step? To create some binary, create some directories to keep our other clones. So we have already created a path. See if we can go to this path. We can see we have already created some folders. Okay, CD we have to use here since it is a PowerShell. Okay, sometimes so here the problem is okay, got it. So the issue is here we have some space here. Okay, we have to put a single quote since this is a cap. See, this is the things which will definitely impact our sessions. So let's move it forward. Yeah. Yes, let's see. Already exists. So here we go. So we have already exist. So ls-ltr, we know not this here. dir to this location. See here we have already created. Okay. Now let's move to let's import whatever we have copied. Okay. So the command for this is wills. So wsl-f import, since we are creating a Debian node 2, and our path where it will be restored is this one, which we have recently created. And this is the path for the tar file. So this is the path for the tar file. Okay, let's hit enter. Okay, so here we are. I think our things were ready, and then now let's test it. Test it with this. Let's log into that machine. Okay, here we go. Okay. So we are already here as a root. Let's make this folders, the required folders. Okay, we are already here. Let is SU SU2 df-h switch user to this one we have already created while creating this. Okay, and we are here. So we are here, then let's make some directories. As per your requirement, you can create your own directories where you want to keep your binaries, MongoDB binaries. But as per my requirement, I'm creating these folders to keep my data and binaries. Here we go. I have created it. Let me create this sort of things as well here. Yes. So let's see. Yeah, it is owned by us. Okay. Then we need to create two files, Docker Compose YAML and Docker file on. So let's jump onto this folder. Okay, here we have to YML file. Okay, so we have these two files. Let's vi this Docker file. Okay, I think it is scattered from there. Replace it with the 8. Okay, anything else here? No. Okay. Let's edit this one as well if anything is there. Any issue, any problem. Okay. So these files, these things we have created as per our requirement. So MongoDB will be the service name and build using the Docker file, the volumes. For data, it is this one, this path. The data will be there, and the binaries will be in this bin folder. Okay. So that was the YAML file. So now we have this. Okay. So our Docker images. There is no Docker image. Okay, let's build in. So before that, we have to sign out of the Docker, or we have to in the system taskbar or system tray, you can restart the Docker. Okay, let's see what's going on the Docker side. Okay. Okay, we are here. Here is setting, integrated, everything is there. Okay. So now let's see Docker image ls. Still not there. Okay, let's move on with the let's build that Docker image out of that. And this is the command. So this will be your Docker image name, and it will be tagged as this one, node 2. So we are in the current directory where we need this. So for that, we need this. Let's see. Yeah. So the Docker daemon is a Docker daemon running. Sign in. Let's sign into Docker desktop. I think that will solve our problem. Okay, all good. Okay. So what we are missing here? Are we missing something? Okay, so we are just trying with this one, and let us install if anything is missed out on the Docker front. So these two things, let it run. It will take a while. It'll take some while. Okay. Okay. Let it run. Okay. Yes. So these two things are missed out. So we have to update. Docker, and then let's build the Docker images out of it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's do it quickly. Okay, let's check it out. Docker image ls and Docker ps. So we have Docker image, but it is not associated with any container. Okay, let's add it, run that. Let's run Docker to add this in a container. So our container, okay, this is the command. So Docker run -d -name MongoDB. Okay, so this is our container name, and this will the port we'll be using. And here we are keeping our binaries. Okay, this, and this is our MongoDB image or Docker image. This is the Docker image name, and there's a tag name. Okay, so let's hit enter. Yes, we have this. Now again we'll run Docker ps. Yes, it is up now. Okay, so until here we are okay, and then we have the last command to check whether our MongoDB server is running or not. Yes, we are in. So this way we have created MongoDB node. So similarly, you create more number of nodes as you need, and let's meet in other session to create the MongoDB replication setup. Thank you all.